Why is being centered so important in today's world especially? Being centered saves you from giving your life away. Literally, centering is vital. There is no choice in being alive other than to be centered in something. And that ideal center is you. Your own heart is the means to regain that center. When you are not centered, when you are off balance and not in your heart, the need to center pulls you to center in things and people that do not connect you to your core or to your heart. Bob Dylan wrote a song entitled "Gotta Serve Somebody." Some of you may be familiar with it. The song says that you may be this or that, but ultimately you still have to serve somebody. One way of interpreting what that song means is that no matter who or what you identify with being, you serve what you center on. Where you center on can take you to the highest, or it can bring you down. It is your choice what you center on. But you cannot escape the fact that while you are alive, you have to center on something. And that is what you serve. And that is where you put your energy behind. And that then determines your fate. And therefore center on your highest good. And to get there, start with your own heart. People often confuse being centered with being selfish. Being centered means taking care of ourselves and being responsible for our own happiness. Who else is going to be responsible? Being centered is about being honest and real. It's about being real with ourselves and with others. It's about being real with our feelings and with what we truly want. Selfishness, on the other hand, is about trying to fill a void. It's about trying to fill a need by not taking into account the honoring of others or honoring ourselves. It's about putting the need ahead of the heart. And it happens when you're not in your heart. It happens when you are not honest or real with yourself because of that disconnection from your own heart. When you are centered, you are in your heart. You do not identify yourself with a void, with a need, and so there's nothing to fill. Often children get confused over selfishness when their intentions are misunderstood or misrepresented by their parents. And this can occur when a child asks for a toy and instead of the parents saying, "We don't have enough money for that," they say, "You are being selfish." Now the child has come to understand that if they ask for what they want or need, they are being selfish. And that's very unfortunate. We need to clear this misunderstanding so that we can act for our own best interest. We must be centered so that we can be in our hearts and in our true feelings, open to being in the moment and to the experience of joy. To an ever-increasing extent, we experience being pulled away from our center in today's modern world. We live at the risk of being bombarded by so much information and noise in the form of advertising and bias from publications, television, especially the internet, and other media. We are told that we will be happy if we buy this soft drink, that we'll be sexy if we look a certain way or buy this car or use this deodorant. We're told that we are suffering because we're not taking this drug. Advertising is not only information, it's also often designed to mold us, to turn us into consumers, and in that process to pull us away from what we wanted towards what others want. Often advertising is designed to pull us out of our center. And ironically, our own culture praises success, but if you look carefully, it underscores failure. We are rarely told on television commercials that we have enough, or that who we are is fine. Instead, we are told that we lack this to be happy, or if we get that, it'll avoid embarrassment. We are willing to work long hours for a chance of joy in a 2-week stint, maybe once or twice a year. We are asked to postpone joy until we can afford it, or until we get married or have children or get an education or retire. We have to be very careful not to become a victim of being molded and pulled away from being centered. The path to being centered does not come through watching more television, buying more products, or trading what we want or who we are for something that might be in the future. We do not live in the future, and although some of us try very hard, we do not live in the past either. We live in the present. We live through our hearts and through being centered, and this we have to protect. Otherwise, our experience of living is diminished. The process of returning to center and the means to do it through your heart forms very much the basis of a book I wrote to help you do just that. It's called Being Centered: How to Live from Your Authentic Self. It's in its second edition and available at Amazon under Roman Ole. Thank you.